I'm going to teach you how to analyze flip properties in the Portland area market. Hey, it's me, Brad Hammond here, your local Portland area investor loving real estate agent. I have created a spreadsheet on how to do this, and I'm going to walk you through all the steps one by one and show you how to actually analyze a flip property together. In my experience, like this isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. It takes a lot of practice, but I think with this system, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot quicker for you to do these repetitions so that you can analyze these flip properties quickly and efficiently. So, without further ado, let's talk about this property. I already found one on Zillow that I thought might be a good option. This one's pending. I couldn't find any good ones that were going to be a good example and be realistic on the market. So I picked one up that's pending, and I think that this would be a really good example of a flip for us to try. So let's get into the numbers here. Purchase price is 325,000. I have a feeling this one might go for a little bit more than that. I have a feeling they've got multiple offers and whatnot, but let's just assume 325 for our sake. This is the spreadsheet that I was mentioning that I kind of created. So I like to fill in everything in yellow, and then the other cells are going to auto populate. So let's do the address. It's 713 Northeast Sumner. That's in Portland. It's a 3 bedroom, 1 bath. Square foot is, we'll call that 1,800 square feet because I like round numbers. Purchase price, let's just assume it's going to go for 325,000. And as is value, again, 325,000. After repair value, this gets a little bit more difficult to do, but let's walk through how I'm coming up with the after repair value. Basically, I want to go through all of the photos, and once I actually get into the property, it'll be a little bit easier because sometimes these photographers can be pretty good at getting the right angles and whatnot. But just on the exterior, looks like definitely probably going to have to do at least some exterior painting, definitely around the trim and whatnot. There might be some damage up there as well. But for our purposes, let's just kind of assume exterior painting. Ooh, that back garage could use some work as well. So we'll assume that. Obviously, carpet and paint, new light fixtures, carpet, paint, light fixtures. Yeah, everything, kitchen. With this kitchen, I'm also wondering if it needs to have things moved around, a wall taken down and whatnot, or if we can kind of go with the footprint that's there. I wouldn't really know that until I walk the space. Um, I think it's doable right now the way it is. So let's just kind of assume it's going to be that footprint. And then this is the upstairs area. Not too much we can do with this. Honestly, I would say just paint it and put in some carpeting. Again, new carpeting or flooring and paint in these bedrooms here. This is the bathroom. Kind of always have to assume a whole new bathroom for these types of homes as well. Yeah, so honestly, it looks like new floor, new paint, new kitchen, bathroom. Basement looks good, just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So it's not too big of a home at 1,800 square feet. Exterior looks fine over here. Just some really mundane landscaping to be done, but nothing too major. I would kind of put this at around 75,000 for a rough number. So I'm pretty good at just kind of getting these rough numbers of them, and that's just through repetition and through practice. But what I also do is I have quotes from contractors bidding on these types of projects, and so what I'll do is maybe I will go through and say they've contracted out and they bid out what flooring is like for however much it is per square foot. So I'll just use those numbers. I'll put in numbers for uh, the countertops and cabinets and all those types of things. And so I'll just kind of use those numbers again and again and again, and I'll revise them ever so slightly depending on the size of the kitchen. How much countertops are we doing? The upper countertops and the lowers and all those different types of things. So that's kind of how I got good at this, is just by looking at those contractors' quotes and just using those again and again and just knowing what things cost. So that's how I would recommend getting started in that process. But right now, I would call this a $75,000 rehab budget. So we're going to put that into rehab cost at 75,000. And then we still need to do the after repair value. So in order to do that, I opened up a different tab here, and then um, when I'm doing it, I'm usually using the MLS, but I wanted to make this on Zillow so it's easier for everybody. And I'm going to be looking up sold properties, price range. This is in Northeast, just a little bit north of Alberta. It's in a pretty good area. I usually like to have a range of about $100,000 when I'm looking up comp properties, just to get some really good highs and lows in there. I would say at a minimum, this would probably go for probably 500, and the maximum, let's go up to 600, and let's just kind of see where that lands. So again, it is a 3-bedroom and 1 bath. We're going to apply that. We want to put in, make sure house is selected, and square foot is right around 1,800. So I want to do about 25% on either end, higher and lower. So let's do 1,500 to 2,000 feet. Lot size doesn't really matter for what we're doing here. And then apply, and then look at all these comps that we have. So this one is at 550 right here. That could be a pretty good comp. Again, what I'm looking at this point is, what is the interior like? What does it look like as far as comparing it to bedrooms and bathrooms, square footage wise, and then condition. So after repair condition, looks like it could be somewhat similar. This one is a 3-bedroom. It's got an extra bath, so that's a big deal, and it's slightly smaller. But condition looks pretty good from what I can see here. I like how they laid out that loft area with the staging. That looks really nice. They've got a little bit of a finished basement, it looks like, with a egress, and that looks like a finished basement bathroom. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. I think they did a pretty good job with this one. I think 550 is a pretty good price for that. It does have an extra bathroom compared to the subject property. This one is at 590. Again, another bathroom. So that could be an issue. We want to have it compared to other homes in the area, and having an extra bathroom could be really beneficial. So we might want to look into adding a bathroom if there's space for that. Overall, looks pretty good and pretty good condition. Probably pretty close to that. I'm sure some more interior photos instead of all of these drone photos of the roof and whatnot. But yeah, I would have to kind of assume that this is also more or less going to be the same kind of condition as the one we looked at for an after repair. So this one is at 590. And let's see, 572. Yep, this one also looks like it's pretty good. I like to look at about 10 different comps if I can. These are all pretty good comps. I'm right around the same square footage, but again, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on this one as well. So that might have to be something that we really look at, is trying to find another bathroom in here. We've got another one at right around 590, 600. So I'm going to call this after repair value at right around 575,000, mostly just because of that lack of second bathroom in there. So then I'm going to go back and I inputted that, and then kind of scroll down here. We have rehab cost at 75,000. Uh, Acquisition and closing cost. So that is uh, how you find that number is in Oregon, it's a year's worth of property tax plus $4,000. And that's really pretty accurate. So we're going to go down here back to the listing and scroll down to the, where is it? Property taxes. Property taxes are at 19, well, let's call that 2000. That is shockingly low. This area has pretty low property taxes in general, but that's a great deal right there. So let's put property taxes, let's call it 2000, so plus 4000, so that's going to be $6,000 for closing costs. And then go back up here towards the top. So we're going to purchase it at 325,000. And holding period, it doesn't need that much work. I would say 3 months to do the work and get it sold, I think is realistic. Utilities, I always keep that at $100 a month. Insurance at $250 a month, I think is maybe a little bit overshooting it, but I'd rather it be that way. Again, we have the taxes at $2,000 a year, and the hard money here. So this is going to depend on your personal situation. For me, right now, I'm going to assume that I'm going to do the hard money just for the purchase, and then all the repairs I'm going to be paying for in cash. So when you're looking at this hard money number, you want to put in, I have to do a little bit of math here on the side. So it's, we'll do 325,000 and then times the interest rate. So we'll just assume a 10% interest rate. So that's 32,500, and then that's how much it would be for the year. So for every month, the loan payment, the hard money payment would be $2,700, and that does not include any kind of uh, points or anything like that as well. So that's kind of what we're looking for that. Settlement costs, I always keep that at 0.8. Real estate commissions on the sell side, again, always keep that at 5%. So right now, the profit on this one is $61,000. That seems great. I would definitely go I would definitely go all in on this one. Some other caveats with it is that I would assume that the purchase price is going to be quite a bit more than that 325,000. But even if it's 350, maybe even like 375, that could be worth it for some people. So if we were to put in 350,000, then that still puts it in at a pretty good price. Let's put it into the cell as well and see what that spits out. So we still have a good amount of margin in here as well to play with. So I think that this one could be a pretty good property to investigate and to do some more research on. So then at this point, what I would do is I would call up your local neighborhood real estate investing agent and say, hey, let's take a look at this property, and we'll take a look at it together. I'll come up with what I think would be a good option for it as far as the as far as what it would cost to rehab it, and we'll kind of dive into those numbers a little bit more. And then yeah, really from there, it's just finding getting everything all lined up for the hard money and tying it down with an offer, and then you're good to go. So that's a really quick, basic way on how I look at properties. So what do you think? Have any questions? Does that make sense? Is that something that you feel comfortable and confident doing moving forward? Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions. I'd be happy to answer those. If you want a copy of my spreadsheet, I would be more than happy to send that over to you. Feel free to call me, text me, email me, and we'll go from there. All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.